Welcome to another episode of Create.Learn.Implement, aka CLI podcast. I hope you guys are having a great day. Listen, this episode is going to be amazing. Okay? I've had the pleasure of speaking with many amazing women, and I just got another one, just one more to add to the roster, and that is the lovely Ashley Redwood, who is a fitness influencer. That's how she describes herself. She's an awesome lady, and I can't wait for you guys to hear her on the other side. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions, like how do I record an episode? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places people like to listen? How do I make money from my podcast? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors too, so you can get paid to podcast. So when I thought about starting a podcast, I had no idea how it worked. I don't know how I came across Anchor, but I did, and it was free, and it was 100% easy to use. And I love to use it to connect to my audience. So if you've always wanted to start a podcast and make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. Have you ever wanted to start a business but didn't know where to start? I know the process can be really overwhelming because I embarked on this process over 15 years ago and had such anxiety trying to do this myself. I don't want you to suffer the same fate, so join me and let me help you confidently start and run your business with ease. Go to www.coyetta.com, or you can find me on Instagram at I am Coyetta and click the link in the bio. It's that easy. Join me. Let me help you start that business. Let me help you turn your idea into a business, and let me walk you through the entire process. No stress. See you there. All right, everybody, let's welcome the lovely Ashley Redwood. How are you today?
Hey, I'm well, and you?
Great. I'm doing well. So for everyone that does not know, Ashley is she calls herself a fitness influencer, which I love. You are the owner of Trap Cardio and Elite Nutrition RVA, which is a wellness center. So Ashley, tell us more about you in your own words.
In my own words, I am a youthful risk taker, a true Aries to the core. I'm always working on self-improvement. I'm a mom, a wife, degreed up, all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm always looking for what's next.
I love that. So give us some insight into who young Ashley is, because I think some people think, people are successful or they made it or they start businesses because they have the money and, things are popping off. But give us some background on a young Ashley Redwood and, what got her here.
So young Ashley was a very confident little girl.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I tell people I've been plus size all my life. It's kind of hard to see myself borderline now. I've been plus size all my life. I come from a family of plus size women. Mm-hmm. So I was always confident, and I didn't start kind of doubting myself until I really got into the world. Like, I didn't know that something was wrong with my size, or I still don't see anything wrong with it, but I didn't know that I didn't have any body image issues until I started looking at like TV and stuff.
Right.
But with that being said, I've always been ambitious and a risk taker. As a child, I wanted to be a lawyer. That kind of took a curve because I realized I'm a creative.
Yeah.
So I pursued journalism, graduated from college, and I had the choice of being a copywriter or having a job at the IRS. And I chose stability over creativity.
Yeah.
I soon came to hate that. And after 12 years at the IRS, I created my exit plan, quit my job, kind of like at the beginning of COVID, decided to pursue my creative dreams.
Yeah, sometimes that's what it takes. It takes being in that workplace and getting fed up, essentially.
Right. And I was thinking like I'm always kind of like an overachiever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm doing the most in corporate.
Yeah.
It's not really clicking that I'm still getting paid the same amount as everybody beside me.
Yeah.
But I'm exhausting time and effort and energy into somebody else's dream.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what would happen if I did that for myself?
Yeah.
How far could I go?
Absolutely. I totally understand that. So with that, how did you become, I'm going to say the queen of trap cardio?
So I've been documenting my weight loss journey for some years.
Yeah.
I got certified in Zumba, and I was teaching Zumba, and I'm like, this Zumba has rules when it comes to music. And I was like, I'm not really being able to connect to my demographic with these rules. So I started using the, hip hop music we hear on the radio all the time. And I launched an event and called it Trap Zumba.
Yeah.
Now, somebody reported me and they contacted me and told me I had 24 to 48 hours to change my name or, they would go forward with legal action. And I was like, what do I do? I just started this whole event. What do I do?
Yeah.
And I was like, trap cardio is what it's going to be. And I felt like a burden was lifted off of me. And I felt like it was my tribe, my rules,
Yeah.
And I went for my audience, which was an audience I feel like is underrepresented when it comes to fitness and wellness. And that's pretty much the story of trap cardio.
I love that. I love that. So tell me about your weight journey and what led you to want to create this space for others.
I never felt like I could relate to anybody in the fitness industry.
Yeah.
Like you look at TV, you're either the people they've already gone through the stages and now they're fit.
Yeah.
Or they've been fit their whole life. And I'm like, how can I get advice from somebody who does not know how hard it is to turn down that temptation?
Right. Yeah.
Who doesn't understand that when I go on this out of town trip, I'm not about to eat salmon and brown rice the whole time. Like, I mean, it's something.
Yeah.
I kind of want to, and there was nobody that I could actually watch go through the process.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what made me relatable to my audience. Like, you're watching me go through this.
Yeah.
You're watching me like, yeah, I taught yesterday, but today is the party and I'm going to have a drink and we're going to get back to it. Like, so I never felt like I belonged or could relate to anybody in any fitness space. Mm-hmm. So my idea was to lead from the front, create the space that I wanted for myself.
Yes. Yes. What is the significance of the trap portion? Because it ain't regular cardio, it's trap cardio.
Right. So it is raw and it's unfiltered. We play the bad words. Our class structure is not what you see on TV. You see people who are either made up or everybody's dry and nobody's sweating. Like, you're literally watching us figure this thing out all the way. So when it's trap, it's not just the trap music, the hood music, the urban music, what they call it. Yeah. It's the experience. You're literally watching us figure out business while we're going through this. So we are a the trap experience is we call it human AF. It's a human environment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, so based on your classes and when you speak to people, where does diet fit in this experience?
That's where my wellness center comes in at.
Mm-hmm.
See, in my eyes, nutrition is the hardest part for some people to overcome.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I can invite you into this space, and you have fun in this space, then you begin to trust me, and then I can open up the door to nutrition. So we
Yeah.
start talking protein and diets and creating a lifestyle that you can actually maintain.
Yeah. Now, in terms of your weight, you said you were always bigger growing up.
Yeah.
So in terms of, when you are on a journey, with your body and things of that nature, how important is your atmosphere? Because you were surrounded by, big boned people, so you thought it was normal. Now going through this experience, how important is atmosphere to promote that change?
Your atmosphere is it serves a great importance in your journey,
Yeah.
right? Just think not only in weight, education, habits, you don't know until you know.
Mm-hmm.
So when you find those spaces that are inviting and they can also encourage and teach you better, then there's no way to go but up.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know any better until I was invited to spaces that taught me better.
Yeah.
So your environment definitely matters.
Okay. Now, is being fit, quote unquote, based on the size of your body, or the number on the scale? What do you think?
No, neither one.
Yeah.
Because fitness is based on endurance, strength. It's a lot of different factors.
Yeah.
For instance, for me, my highest weight was like 325 pounds.
Yeah.
And I'm now at 195. So for a lot of people, that can still be that's still considered overweight.
Yeah.
But I've run two half marathons. I run regularly. I lift heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fit, though I'm not the fitness industry standard of what fitness made, what they think fitness is. It's not based on just body alone.
Yeah. Okay. So what are we not acknowledging about ourselves when it comes to our bodies or our mindset? Like, what is it that we are shying away from that we need to discuss?
Our truths.
Mm.
It's hard to be vulnerable in the world. It's hard to be naked in the world,
Yeah.
but you have to come to a space where you're naked and truthful to yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't acknowledge the fact that I have people all the time. It's like, I don't know why I'm not losing weight. I don't eat that much. I eat boiled eggs for breakfast, a salad for lunch, and then a smoothie for dinner. And I'm like, well, baby, if you was eating that way every day, then losing weight wouldn't be an issue. Because but we have to come to a place where we're honest with ourselves. And that's hard for people. Just think we code switch and put on masks in the world all day.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have to take the time to get alone and be honest about the changes we need to make with ourselves mentally and physically. So I think that's the hardest part for some people.
So take us through your journey. Like, you mentioned that you were 300 pounds at one time. Take us through your journey of weight loss.
So after I had my son, before I had my son, I was 300. At the end of my pregnancy, I was 325. He's about to turn 10.
Yeah.
I was literally sick and tired of being sick and tired. And sometimes that's what happens. You got to be sick of your old bull-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was tired of being uncomfortable, breathing hard, not being able to be active. And so I was like, I have to change something. And so I literally made one small change. And I know people hate to hear this because they like overnight fixes.
Yeah.
I started walking. Then I said, I wonder if I can jog.
Yeah.
then when I got tired of that, I was like, look, this is not something I can commit to. And that's another issue people suffer with, commitment. I had to find something I can commit to.
Yeah.
And dancing is something that I have always loved. So I didn't quite have gym confidence. So it was literally my first 50 pounds was me at home with the Wii.
Yeah.
And I was just doing just dance. Once I lost those 50 pounds, I got a little more confident. So then I started looking for other dance fitness classes. And that's why I said I tried one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And I was like, you know what? I need to create a space that I like. But that's pretty much, I danced my way into being more fit. And then naturally, once you try one thing, you want to try other things. So I started lifting weight and running more and all types of things.
Yeah. I love that. I love that.
And as far as diet is concerned,
yeah.
my mindset is to never deprive myself. I do, like, I get people online always want to be like, what do you eat? And I think they want like an exact, like one format of how I eat every day. And that would be just the biggest lie I could sell to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm on the go. I'm a mom, I'm a wife. Like, I'm not meal prepping. So I go out in the world.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. So I go out in the world. I try to watch my portions, make sure I'm getting my protein in, and I try to just make the best decisions that I can. Get my water.
Yeah. I love that. I was just speaking with a fitness and mindset coach, plus size, and she kind of had the same concept. So I love that you're saying the same thing. But how important is diet when it comes to fitness?
It's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 80%. We can work out all we want to, but if we're not changing our eating habits, we're going to continue to be in the same cycle.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how has your business impacted, your community? Like, what are you hearing from them? What has the interest been in the media? Tell me more about that.
So that's something I'm still grasping. So locally, it's created a great sense of community.
Yeah.
People who never thought about exercise outside of being in their adolescent stage of life are now exercising and bringing their kids in. So we got fit families. Virtually though, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Because when I'm teaching on YouTube or on my website, I just see that little screen that we're recording on. I can't always see the people on the other side.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have reached out to me to tell me how they feel included.
Yeah.
They feel like this is a format that speaks to them. A lot of people were quarantined or trapped in their houses during COVID.
Yeah.
And just think of somebody who could work out every day and now you're stuck in the house and you can't go outside.
Yeah.
So a lot of people tell me that I've helped with their mental space. But yeah, it's created a sense of community, both in home and virtually.
Yeah. So what is trap cardio for kids, or like, is there an age limit?
I don't have an age limit. I've taught we've taught for daycares and everything. We just use the edited versions.
Yeah.
No age,
yes.
because just think of how much TikTok is blown up. All these kids want to do is dance. They don't realize it's exercise. They don't realize it's movement. So let's keep it going.
Perfect. Tell me more about Elite Nutrition. Where does that, tell me about what you offer and how that fits in with trap cardio.
So Elite Nutrition, my wellness center, is open 7 days a week. And we host fitness classes 7 days a week. Outside of trap cardio, we have extreme hip hop step. We have line dancing. We have boot camp classes. We have everything. One time somebody was doing hula hoop. We have an opportunity for everybody, no matter the gender, the age, the size, to come in and get their workout in and their nutrition at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So before you leave, you can get your protein smoothie, or you can get your energy drink that you need to complete the rest of your day, all of that.
I love that. Tell me about the business side of, as a Black woman, what's it been like for you to break into this business wise? Has there been any pushback or anything like that?
As a woman in the fitness industry, it can be hard. Just getting your respect. As a Black woman in the fitness industry, it could be super hard to get your respect.
Yeah.
I've had people come in and speak to me as if I'm not knowledgeable,
Yeah.
trying to convince me that I need them in order to succeed. I've been criticized for being a fat teacher.
Wow.
Clearly, there's no way
Mm-hmm.
that I can lead people to greatness because I'm fat. These are things I hear, not understanding that what you see is not my day one.
Yeah.
It's been hard, but I still keep pushing because my community is full of a lot of Black women who have never, a lot of them who have never seen this type of success. So it inspires them, which continues to inspire me.
Yeah.
And I also opened the door at Elite to house a lot of entrepreneurs. We have vendor pop-ups where I allow other Black women or Black businesses to host the table and sell their products or services. So that's been kind of encouraging to me. It keeps me lifted.
I love that component of inclusion and community for the business owners as well, not just for you as a business owner,
Right.
but just putting everything together. How did you come up with that concept? Because that is your whole business model to me is very unique.
So my mindset has always been, we're in this together.
Yeah.
Right. Black Wall Street didn't survive. Black Wall Street wasn't bombed because one person just succeeded.
Right. Yeah.
It took a communal effort. So I feel like my community is what has built me.
Yeah.
So if I can put that back into my community, give it back to them, we're all only going to get better, stronger.
Yeah.
We're more wealthy.
Yeah.
That's just how I think.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that inclusion aspect.
So a lot of times, even with trap cardio, some of the people that you see that teach trap cardio, they teach other classes here or have other jobs here. You just keep it going.
Just keep it going. Why do you think there aren't enough of us in this field of in this line of work in the fitness industry, and how do we open the door for others to come in?
For some reason, well, I guess I don't know. It's based off past slavery mindsets that we have to compete against each other to all thrive.
Yeah.
If we collaborated more, I think it would be a lot easier. There are a lot of gatekeepers, people who learn information but don't want to share.
Yes.
And that's been something that's worked for me in my business too. The people in-house and virtually, they see my highs and my lows.
Yeah.
Because I'm just here trying to figure this out. And if I learn something, I share it. Because what am I going to lose from it? What's for me is going to be for me. Yeah. And I feel like if we all more collaborative state, it would be easier for us all to win.
Yeah, I agree with you. How do you suggest we go about making our businesses unique from the rest? Because you, as I said, I love your concept. It's so unique. as a business lady, how do we go about doing that, even though there are many people in the market?
Remaining authentic.
Yeah.
There are a million trainers and fitness structures, formats in the world. I tell people, I don't compete, because you're going to choose who you want to based on personality versus style. My tribe is going to find me.
Yeah.
So with that, I have a spirit of abundance versus a spirit of scarcity.
Ooh.
So if you remain authentic to who you are and what brings you joy, it's easier to work in that every day.
Yeah.
Even down to my Instagram page. There are a lot of things out there to tell people your Instagram is supposed to look like this, and you're supposed to do like this. And some days I don't feel like that in the morning. Some days I'm having a bad ass morning, and I need the world to know that though I'm having this bad morning, I am still getting up to entertain their asses. And so, and some people understand that language, and they're like, you know what, me too. I had a post yesterday. I posted me and my husband working out. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? The haters gonna say my push-ups are trash, but guess what? They are. Every day ain't perfect. I'll try. Every day ain't perfect. I'll try again next time.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's that's me being authentic to who I am.
Yeah.
So that's why when people see me out, and no matter where you see me, you're gonna get that same athlete. And I feel like if everybody just remains authentic to who they are, it'll help their business structure.
Ooh, yeah. That's a good point. So it doesn't really matter what the business, just be authentic.
Just be authentic. You don't know who needs you.
Yeah.
Somebody is out there like, I need somebody like this.
Mm-hmm. True. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I ain't saying nothing.
Okay. In terms of, it's hard to get funding for business. So what tips do you have for funding your business or a business?
Well, so as a part of my exit strategy from corporate to self-employed, I did save up about 2 or 3 months of expenses. I sat down and tried to figure out what's the least I could live with, and based it off of that. I am currently in my 3rd year of bankruptcy. So big banks are not my friends.
Right.
But what has been beneficial is small third-party banks such as like PayPal and Square. If you prove your selling ability to them, they will offer you capital. So I always tell people I'm Plan Z girl.
Yeah.
Plan A don't always work
Right.
for me, but Plan Z has been helping me to thrive. So I've received capital through PayPal, Square. I recently won a $50,000 grant from Black Girl Voices.
Wow.
Black Girl Ventures.
Yes.
And my community. This is the craziest part. So it's almost like I don't know what anybody's religion is, but I am a believer.
Yes.
And it's crazy, but the faith in it is literally, I took a jump into my purpose.
Yes.
And the confirmation came from people willing to assist. So that's why I'm so big on my community. I'm trying not to cry. I'm a crybaby.
No, girl, let it out.
But when I quit my job and started pursuing small business, little things like people like, oh, you out of toilet paper? That's okay. We got toilet paper. You need water? We bring in water bottles. So it's like I created a space for them. Yeah. And they don't want to lose their space. Yeah. I don't feel like I'm talking your head off, girl. No. But even with that, the first space we had for Elite, the first home of trap, My lease renewal was denied. And so unexpectedly, I was homeless.
Yeah.
And they were like, you should do a GoFundMe. And I'm like, what I look like begging people for money?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, no. And this was another mindset change I had to make based on, our community, how we're
Yes.
grown.
Yep.
It's not begging, it's crowdfunding. I'm like, what's crowdfunding? It's when people want to invest in your business. Girl, I threw that GoFundMe out there and we raised like $18,000 in like a month.
Yeah.
And was able to secure a space that's like 10 times the size of what we were in. So we went from like 1,000 square feet to over 10,000 square feet.
Wow.
So that's another source that people don't think of: crowdfunding, grants, and capital from third-party banks.
Wow. I love your story. It's so inspirational.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah. What do you say to the entrepreneur, or a regular person who's, bouncing back from bankruptcy? What do you say to them?
This is when those creative juices need to flow.
Yeah.
Think outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
Think outside the box. For instance, my classes. I had started teaching and had that financial flow going, and then the governor of Virginia created an ordinance where I can only have 10 people in the class.
Right.
So got our heads together and we're like, how are we gonna make up for this money?
Yeah.
And it's like, go virtual.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, these people are not going to just send, they're not going to pay for this when they can get it for free. And who want to give away something for free? I went on YouTube, and when I tell you, people started just donating money. And then I was like, we can do a subscription service.
Yeah.
And so the advice I would give to those people, never stop thinking outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get caught up on plan A, B, and C when we got 26 letters of the alphabet, okay?
Right.
So if it's something you're passionate about, you will surely find a way. Even if that means you gotta do some Uber Eats or DoorDash while you pursuing your dreams.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. But don't get stuck on A, B, and C.
Absolutely. You mentioned that your faith has been a major part of this. Dive more into that for me. How has it changed your perspective on life?
My faith has allowed me to be more vulnerable. It's taught me that I don't, because I'm a fighter. Yeah. I am a fighter. Do you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Who trying to take what from who?
Yeah.
But my faith has taught me that I can put the boxing gloves down.
Yeah, love that.
I don't have to do that. Yeah. And if I put the boxing gloves down, I can make more room for love. If I put the boxing gloves down, I hear the criticism less and receive the love more. And so I'm not distracted by the negativity. I'm fueled by the love. Yes. It's kind of hard to see who's helping you when you're still trying to fight the few people who are against you. So my faith has kind of reiterated in my mind that every battle ain't for me to fight. Right. And just as long as I'm moving from a pure heart, and I'm following his word, he's going to continue to lead me to where I need to go. Love that. Yeah. I love this. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's an amazing conversation. Ashley, I'm out here in Toronto, Canada, so I'm nowhere close to you. But if I'm
flying out, what should I do first when it comes to, you know, trap cardio? Which class should I take first?
Well, I'm gonna invite. I would say the best class to come to is a Saturday morning class.
Yeah.
Saturday, 8 a.m. I don't know, something about everybody leaving their stress from the week on the floor.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you were to fly in, I would suggest you come to that class. And we actually had someone fly in from Dallas and stay a whole week.
Really?
Dallas and California.
Yeah.
And they attended almost every class.
Wow.
Almost every class that week. And that's because, when I went virtual, I encouraged everybody here to go virtual.
Yeah.
Don't limit yourself by locality,
Yeah.
And so everybody kind of became a celebrity in their own right. So when people travel in, like, I want to meet this person, I want to meet that person. So I would literally encourage you to take every class here.
Okay.
And then we'll take you out to eat because we love to brunch.
I love to brunch too. So
girl, Black girls love to brunch, child.
Right? We stay brunching. Okay, so on a stressful day, Ashley, what is your what do you do to relieve your stress aside from working out? What is something else you like to do?
I like to this is so weird. I like to zone out, play some neo soul, love songs, give myself a facial.
The high-end radio.
Oh, can you hear me?
Free on Amazon Music.
Hold on now. Did I lose you?
No, I'm still here.
I think I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yes.
So
on a
Go ahead. Can you hear me?
now,
I can hear you.
see, I said love music, and Amazon started singing.
Oh.
Alexa started singing. So I like to play like slow music, give myself a facial, a long hot bath. Like I like to self-pamper, massages, that type of thing. But yeah, I just like to treat myself well.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah. I give so much of myself to others. Like I really do appreciate the time I can have to myself.
I understand that completely. As a mom and wife, and being a
girl,
definitely.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure having you, Ashley. Tell us where we could find you if we need to come to class, if we want to, be a part of the vendors. For when you have your events happening. Where can we find you?
With 2 websites, you can find all the information you need. All you need is trap-cardio.com and Elite Nutrition RVA.com.
Perfect. What about Instagram? What about the social?
Instagram, yes. On Instagram, it's beyond, BEYOND, .the.fluff, FLUFF, because I'm more than the number on the scale. So you'll get my lifestyle as well as fitness beyond the fluff on Instagram, and Elite Nutrition RVA on Instagram as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ashley, for taking the time to speak with me. If you guys do not know, listen, we were struggling the last time we tried to record, so we have to do this again. So I'm so happy we got to spend some time together, and your story is so inspiring. So thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You are more than welcome, and you take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in to another great episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, as all these things help to keep the podcast alive. Take care. Until next time.